Hello and welcome. My name is Chris from ChristopherHole.com and welcome to the 5 best strength exercises for cyclists. The third exercise is the single leg step up. Now, as you can see, I'm just doing a body weight one there. In the first picture, my foot is just coming off the knee, but obviously we would start with our knee on the floor, and then we come up to that standing position. Now, I would advise you using a barbell or some dumbbells, because what we're then doing is we're then obviously creating a greater load and creating a greater resistance. So our hips and thighs have to obviously counter that and become stronger to be able to lift. Now, the main reason I've put the single leg step up in is because now we're starting to mimic that movement of the pedal stroke. So the downward phase of the pedal stroke as we get to the top and then we start pushing down. Obviously, we're extending the knee like in the squat and the deadlift, but this time we're just doing it with one leg. So it's unilateral. It still gets the hip and knee coordination, which we should be getting from the squat. But the main thing with this exercise is it can develop any weaknesses in our weaker leg. Or in our less dominant leg. So it's going to start to balance out any asymmetries that we may have. Again, if we've got tightness in the knee or tightness in the hip, it'll also help, it will show us where we need to be sort of stretching as well. If our knee wobbles, we may want to be stretching the inside or the outside of the hip. If we round our back or we lean forward, we may want to be stretching the front or the back of the hip. So it's going to show us a few different things. So what we want to start doing is the squat, the deadlift for literally the neural drive and the strength. And then when we start coming onto the single leg stuff, it's more about coordination and that unilateral balancing out of any asymmetries. So it's not necessarily there for strength. It can be useful for that if we do go heavy enough. But in the initial phases, let the squat and the deadlift do that. Focus your single leg step up. Yes, make it heavy, but it doesn't have to be an out and out strength exercise, because the main idea is coordination and balancing out asymmetries. So many thanks. I will speak to you in exercise number 4.